Oklahoma County, in case you didn't know, is the largest county in the state of Oklahoma. It has Oklahoma City in it, but also like half our metro or half our suburbs and all that other stuff reside in the county. And so the county district attorney is the most powerful district attorney in the state of Oklahoma. In fact, like, and I make this case sort of in a editorial piece, is he actually prosecutes a lot of our political crimes and stuff. So like if shit goes down at the Capitol because the Capitol's in Oklahoma City, I mean it's his jurisdiction that like determines that stuff, and how he uses discretion or goes after it is kind of a point of contention, I think. Well, anyway, Oklahoma has a law in the books that you can do a citizen-led grand jury. What is interesting about this is, one, it's not very many signatures, 5,000 signatures in 45 days to call this grand jury. And so a group of concerned citizens has gotten together and is trying to get the signatures they need to call a grand jury to investigate David Prater's use of his discretion, mostly relating to going after Julius Jones. He has tried to work the refs, get people thrown off the pardon and parole board, or force themselves to recuse themselves from that, and just gone way above and beyond in attempts to kill Julius Jones. And so, he's getting a taste of his own medicine here. And so this petition is out and around town. We're helping a little bit now with some of it, signature gathering. But I wrote an editorial in Free Press. There's my giant forehead. Mostly just talking about how Prater, in addition to just driving incarceration for the entire state, also uses his discretion in bizarre ways. He has targeted, the state superintendent with campaign finance violations, only to later just drop all the charges. He hired a private investigator to investigate the ACLU and Oklahomans for Criminal Justice Reform. And it was so egregious that his own private investigator was like, I'm not doing this. Like, this is just unethical. Like, I'm not finding anything. There's no evidence of a crime. So like, why are we doing this? He also, again, because of just location and stuff, he would also have been the district attorney to pursue any of the Epic Charter School concerns, and he just decided not to do that. So there's that.
But he found time. He couldn't. The Epic Charter School is ganking taxpayers for millions of dollars
millions.
while providing grossly inadequate and insufficient education to our children. Fuck that. We ain't worried about that. But he has found the time to look up like old tweets of pardon and parole board members and utilize and file whole briefs saying that those old tweets makes them biased, and seek for them to force them to recuse themselves or force the courts to recuse them from hearings on a single death penalty case. Which, again, by the way, obviously I'm anti-death penalty. But most DAs, even those most bloodthirsty DAs who lead the nation, like Cato Parrish, and death penalties for capital and like, they say, okay, we think you got this wrong in terms of prosecution. Even if they were the DA during the time, send a letter. We disagree. We think we got it right, and you go on about your day, right? Like it's not this, but the level of intensity that he put into murdering somebody is just insane. Because again, a lot of the times the point of district attorneys is not to murder somebody; it's to say our office did what our office was supposed to do. So you just CYA it. A lot of them, I'm sure, have standard CYA letters. This is rightly, the jury decided correctly based on the facts. Our office presented the facts adequately. We think that the justice system works. Have a blessed day. Right? Like that's how that works. Why do you have the fucking time? Like, this is the question. You can't fuck Epic and them ganking us for millions of dollars. And even then, like, the only motivation you can see is the cruelty being the point, because number one, he's not running for re-election, right? So again, as I always say, if Julius Jones was to be released and commit some heinous crime, and Prater submitted a shining letter of recommendation for him to not only be granted clemency but to be walked out of the front door, there'd be no political ramifications because he's retiring, he's not rerunning, so there's none whatsoever. But even if there was some like political right motivations, wouldn't you be a hero for saving the state of Oklahoma taxpayers, in this state especially, millions of dollars from those who were ganking them, right? So like, it's just the cruelty is the point. And same thing with Rebecca down in Cleveland County, same thing with John Grant. We have the ability to inflict this. Same thing with McGirt, right? Yeah. We are the entity that has the ability to inflict this pain, this suffering, this harm. We have a monopoly on it, and we don't want anyone to get in the way of that. Yep. This is our charge. Our charge is not safety. Our charge is not humanity for sure. Our charge is not justice. Our charge is punishment, suffering, and harm, and no one can get in the way of that. That's what animates Oklahoma's criminal legal system.
Yep. And Prater to me is so much worse in many ways because, like, you know, the last thing he did was, so he did this grand jury to go after the Pardon and Parole Board, but he also is investigating the jail trust, which he has been opposed to creation. That's the group that manages the Oklahoma County Jail. He's been opposed to the creation of that since the word go. And, you know, instead of doing literally anything that would fix the county jail, he is just messing with who operates it.
He could get a judge and say, I will find the DA, and he get the judges, the PDs, and the DA. Say, I need a couple PDs. I'm going to provide a couple DAs. And we need one judge rotating, and we're going to have an expedited bond docket for everyone who comes. There's a bond docket in Tulsa, bond docket in a lot of cities in this country. Everyone who comes into the Oklahoma County Jail within 24 hours, we're going to determine if they need to stay in the Oklahoma County Jail. And with that would alleviate so many issues, because the main issue of the Oklahoma County Jail, the first thing that has to be addressed is simply overcrowding.
Right.
He could play, and he could, as ADA say, SDA, say, we will not oppose a PR bond under certain circumstances. And so you don't have to fucking share him. I don't care, right? It's our policy. So if you are those quote unquote high utilizers, again, who in the fuck wants to utilize the jail, who we clearly don't think that much of safety risk because we let them out all the time. They in and out, we turn them in and out. So we clearly don't think they too much safety risk because we let them out. So for people like that, we're not going to oppose a PR bond. In fact, we're going to have a list of service providers there for those people. We don't want to stay in Oklahoma County Jail. Once you go over and get this mental health service, once you go over and get this housing service, once you go over and get this healthcare service, and be on your way. And if you complete this, we're probably going to charge you no way because we have better things to do. This would never happen, at least in the Prater. We have better things to do. We're probably going to charge you no way. But if you complete it, we damn sure going to charge you. So go engage in those services. Like, that is an option. That is not beyond the pale. That is not so innovative. That happens all the time. It just don't happen here. So if you're really concerned about the jail trust, you could do your part in reducing the population of the jail.
Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.